Mortgage rates have now risen above 5% for the first time in a long time, and home prices have also been rising.
Imagine waking up one day to find your home's value has plummeted overnight. The signs are all there, and experts are sounding the alarm bells. The UK housing market is on the brink of a colossal crash. Let's dive deep into the impending crisis, the indicators that point towards it, and what it means for homeowners, investors, and the average Briton. According to analysts, homeowners are on course for a brutal reckoning, as the UK mortgage crisis raises the possibility of the biggest housing market collapse ever. Does this mean that people who are about to sell their apartments should have to sell them at a cheaper rate? Millions of borrowers are facing mortgage rate increases that will, for many, be simply unaffordable, as the low interest rate period draws to an end, according to The Telegraph. The article warned that the housing sector is facing a terrible reckoning, with prices on a knife's edge before a prolonged downturn. The Telegraph said that some experts believe the impending mortgage catastrophe could trigger a crash, the likes of which have not been seen since records began. Additionally, the article claims years of cheap money have set homeowners up for a brutal reckoning. House values could drop by up to 35.5% between 2023 and 2027 as a result of the sharp increase in the cost of mortgage borrowing, if it is a state of worst-case scenario projection released by Lloyd's in May. Charlie Lambden, the creator of the real estate website Best Agent, predicted a similar outcome in an interview with This Is Money. He predicts that prices will drop by 35% in nominal terms over about 3 years, from their high in 2022 to 2025. According to the website, the debate surrounding the trajectory of housing prices is as fierce and divided as ever. Imagine your lender suddenly raise the interest rates of a mortgage. How will common people be able to afford them? Analysts claim that a combination of rising rates and inflation will decimate people's purchasing power, leading to double-digit percentage falls on the one hand. On the other hand, some claim that it is unusual for home values to drop significantly, particularly in the UK, where many people place a high value on owning a property. So what do you think? Will there be a crash soon? According to the Financial Times, the most recent data from Rightmove reveals a marginal fallback after 5 months of growth, with new sellers advertising their properties for an average price of £372,812 in the 4 weeks leading up to June 10th, £82 less than in May. Moreover, the typical 2-year fixed mortgage rate is now approaching 6%. Lucian Cook, head of UK residential research at Savills, described the data as still being surprisingly robust and predicted a more W-shaped recovery in the housing market. Even though a W-shaped recovery is not common, what could have made Cook think so? Maybe his experience, right? Additionally, one analyst speculated that the impact of rising interest rates on pricing may already be greater than initially believed. According to Jonathan Roland of the National Association of Property Buyers, it can be argued that property has already lost a significant amount of value, since typical prices have not kept pace with general inflation. According to Lender Nationwide, property prices have already dropped 4%. According to Capital Economics, this equals a 13% decline, as The Telegraph reported. The price drops over the past year have been roughly 10% in real terms after accounting for inflation. But what's surprising is how little the market has changed. There are motives behind that. With a low unemployment rate, a large number of open positions, and the way things are going, wages will soon outpace inflation. Moreover, a major housing price drop would undoubtedly result from widespread forced selling like that which occurred in the early 1990s, even though such conditions do not exist at the moment. Instead, what's occurring is that buyers are reacting in a completely predictable way to dramatically increasing borrowing costs. Instead of paying inflated asking prices, individuals are choosing smaller homes that they can still afford. Does this mean that people are becoming obsessed with the current situation? Aren't they responding to what had an impact on them? As a result of realizing that this is a buyer's market, sellers, who are typically in no rush to sell, are gradually and reluctantly lowering their asking prices. Shouldn't this process follow a breakdown? In the following months, unemployment will increase as the labor market begins to contract. A 2-year fixed-rate mortgage's interest rate is currently just under 7%, which is over 4 percentage points higher than it was when the bank first started hiking interest rates in December 2021. Britain is a small nation with strong zoning regulations and a tax structure that encourages owner occupation. It makes sense to predict that eventually home values will start to increase once more, but not just yet. House price declines, according to Martin Beck, an economist with the EY Item Club, are more of a gradual puncture than a significant correction. There is still a ton of air left in the tires. Both the Bank of England rate decision and the upcoming UK inflation data are the focus of attention. Inflation was anticipated to have reached its lowest point in 14 months, according to official figures. But interest rates are poised to rise further as the Bank of England was anticipated to increase its base rate to 4.75%. While he has vowed to stick to his aim to halve inflation, Rishi Sunak has declined to extend more assistance to those having trouble making their mortgage payments. Maybe the budget is not allowing him to do so? Or is there any particular reason why he's not interested in the housing market? According to Tim Bannister, director of Rightmove, it is likely to feel very frenetic for those taking out a mortgage right now. According to the iNews site, Rightmove's original projection of a 2% annual decline in asking prices at the end of 2023 is still valid, and the property website anticipates asking prices to edge down during the second half of the year, which is the normal seasonal pattern. Additionally, according to Reuters, based on a poll conducted in the second part of May of 2023, market experts revealed that average house prices were forecast to decline by a modest 3% throughout 2023. As we've explored today, the signs and indicators suggest a looming crisis in the UK housing market. But as with any prediction, there are numerous variables at play. Could certain measures or interventions potentially mitigate this? Is there a chance for homeowners and investors to prepare or even benefit from the situation? If you found this content valuable, please hit that like button and share your thoughts on the UK housing market in the comments below. Do you think it's truly on the brink of a crash? We'd love to hear your perspective. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights and discussions like this. Until next time,